Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. It's going to be a strange day today. My car went in for its MOT yesterday and the MOT bay broke, so they had to abandon the MOT. Apparently it's first on the ramp today. Should be being done now at this point. It's silly o'clock at the moment. I shouldn't be filming, especially as I'm planning on filming blooms in a minute. But yeah, so my MOT saga runs into today now. I mean, I know I've got to have a hole in the exhaust welded, but the guy said there's no point in doing that before the MOT. It's better to do the MOT and get the list of problems and then do them all at once and then get it passed. So I shall be without a car today, I'm sure, maybe even into tomorrow. But the guy lent me his car, so I've actually got a 2-litre Golf GTI to whiz around in at the moment, and boy does it go. I could gladly have one of those, apart from the insurance would rock it and the fuel consumption would rock it. And for the amount of times I use a car, I don't need a car like that. That's why I got my little run around. Anyway, so that's that saga, which means I can't really do much today. What I had planned for today I can still do out here, but there's a little saga going on at the moment about the two new Miltonias species, on the grounds that one person thinks they can't be species, they must be hybrids because they're so big. I'm sorry, but it's called selective breeding. It can happen in any of the plant world, trees, anything. When a load of seeds come up, some will be more vigorous than others, and some will be weak, and some will be runts and just never grow. And by selecting the best of the best, you improve the strain. Yeah. Now this is the problem I've got with the Miltoniopsis down here that I was given to try and produce some seed from. That doesn't exist much in the wild anymore. You can't take plants from the wild anymore, and there's not many in cultivation, so it's losing its vigour. Slowly but surely the plants that are produced are getting weaker, and this apparently is a stronger one, which is the idea of trying to produce some seed from it. So that's all it is. These have been grown on from a selection process in absolutely ideal, perfect conditions, you know, with the best feed, best watering routine, perfect light, perfect everything. Yeah, so it's possible, you know, it happens in the whole of the plant world. There's nothing unusual about there being better versions of the same species, and it can happen in the orchid world as well. Plus, at the end of the day, the spectabilis are infinitely variable. I mean, this one was classed as a variation on a theme for most of its life, and it's only in recent years they've decided it's a separate species. It was variety Morleana. Now it's Morleana, the species. And the variety on this one, the actual spectabilis, is quite dramatic. It can go from the palest colour, petals and sepals, almost white, right through to colours deeper than this. And you know, the coloration on the lip can vary, and the patterning. So they are a variable set, the Miltonias. All of the species are variable, and that's why it makes for some interesting hybrids at the end of the day, because again, by selective hybridizing, you can pick an unusual version of a species and cross that with an unusual version of another species or a hybrid and get something different again. That's why the variety's there. So that's that out of the way. Right, what else? Oh yes, what the purpose of the video. We have new blooms, first time bloomer. This is Dendrobium hookerianum, and these are my spikes and blooms. The plant came without any, so I have actually got it to bloom, although I can't profess to have grown the canes that it's blooming on, because that's what it came with. And it's a strange one, this, because it's the closest I've got to the God, names, guys. I shouldn't be filming at this time of day, really. I've only had 2 coffees. It's nowhere near enough. But I'll do a pop-up. That name's not going to come. But I have another dendrobium that grows canes in year 1, carries on growing through the winter, and carries on growing through year 2. And this one does as well. So the canes keep extending for a very long period of time. It doesn't have a single season growth on the canes, which is a little unusual, but it's one of those. And that name will not come. That's annoying me now. Of course, in the video, you'll have already had a pop-up, so you're all right. There's even some blooms out on it, and I still can't think of the name. They're tucked up in here. This is not its blooming time of year, but it does throw out a couple of blooms every now and again. Very delicate. You can't see these properly at this time of day. They need light on them. But apparently these are fragrant, but as they've only just opened, I don't know. They were probably open yesterday, but I wasn't doing much out here yesterday. And apparently they're quite long-lasting, but they are very attractive. Lovely frilly edge to the lip, good deep yellow, bordering on orange, it's so deep. And then that intensely deep coloured red spots inside the lip, and also in the lip there's some red veining at the very back, each side. So they're very attractive. They're not large blooms, but very attractive, apparently quite long lasting and fragrant. And there's some more coming. So there's some more nodes that are looking as though they're going to bloom. Is there any more around here? Yeah, there's one here. So although this is its first flush of blooms, for me, it looks like there's more to come. So that'll be good. So that'll extend the blooming even more. So yeah. So when we get to next month's virtual table display, I suspect this will be what goes in, because it'll be all I'll have that's suitable, I suspect. But yeah, these are very attractive. I mean, this was bought based on the fact that the blooms are long-lasting and attractive, and the bonus is it's a summer into autumn bloomer, and in the dendrobium world there aren't a lot of those. Most of them are late winter, spring and early summer bloomers, which in the plant world is when a lot of things bloom if you think about it. But yeah, this is a late summer into autumn bloomer, so it's a nice splash of yellow at this time of year, which is very thin on the ground, the yellow. So anyway, that's that, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.